What?
By the way, was this from what is Owlette? Is this from a show?
Yes.
Okay.
It is a baby show for babies. It's very stupid.
Oh, how did this end up a comment? What was this commented on? What video?
One of the Care Bear videos. So it's not.
No kidding.
It's not really that surprising. This is what she looks like.
Generally chat.
Ostensibly, she's based on Marvel Comics, but also is French. French superhero shows are really weird. It's like they combine Marvel. It's like they combine like Marvel Comics with Japanese animes like Sailor Moon. So like,
I never watched Sailor Moon, so I don't.
Or like Power Rangers, you know how they hold up a thingy and it transforms them into their costume. When I first read this comment, I had two major thought processes happen simultaneously. The first one was that owls have been used in fiction for centuries to depict wisdom, nobility, and the ability to identify fossils at the museum. The second thought is that I'm the Care Bear guy, okay? Just because I know Care Bears doesn't mean I know every single kid's show. But I'll try. The first thing I had to figure out is what Book and Seb meant by Pyjamasques, so rather than look it up, I went with my gut instinct and watched a Goofy movie like I do whenever I'm confused and opted to take notes this time. Here's what I discovered. There is a boy named PJ in the film, and if you count Bigfoot wearing Max's underwear on his head, I suppose you could say that's a mask. The problem is that the two scenes aren't even that close together, and also there are no owls, so I needed to think about this from another angle. That's when I stopped and thought about what PJ could possibly stand for. Using my insane knowledge of acronyms, I quickly deduced it stood for Pete Jr., and with this new revelation, I started watching the Goofy movie again, before remembering that that was a dead end. That's when I remembered that PJ can also stand for pajamas. Knowing this, it was only a simple task to replay the entirety of the Pajama Sam franchise. About halfway through Pajama Sam 2 Thunder and Lightning Not So Frightening, released in 1998 and re-released on mobile in 2014, I started thinking about why there weren't other child superheroes wearing pajamas. That's when it finally hit me. Pyjamasques meant pajamas masks. Why didn't Book and Sab just say that in the first place? I would have saved so much time. So after watching a Goofy movie for the third time that day, I finally sat down and tried to figure out what a Pyjamasques is.
How strong is Owlette? Owlette is the cartoon equivalent to the original French Les Pyjamasques character, Bibou. As they both have the civilian form, Amaya, what does Les Pyjamasques mean? Well, that's a portmanteau of the words pajamas and masks. So like pajama masks, so the series was based on these French books. And the TV tropes page for the show has the word homicidal 4 times. What? Why?
Okay, so like her fellow superheroes, Amaya transforms by using a wristband into her superhero persona of Owlette. Some notes. Amaya has glasses in her civilian form, but as a hero does not have glasses. Although this could be explained away by her owl vision granting a boost in her eyes, it also gives some unfortunate implications that people with disabilities cannot be able to become superheroes unless they are somehow fixed or cured of their disabilities, in a permanent or temporary sense. This is very ableist, and if Batman had a wheelchair, I would still give him the same amount of respect. Anyway, she can also fly.
Speaking of flying, Owlette is the only one of the Pyjamasques with the ability to fly. With her costume wings, or her owl glider, that sometimes the boys will use, but I mean, it's hers. So, she can fly. In Magic the Gathering, this means she can't be targeted for an attack by another creature unless it also has flying. Unless it also has reach. Here's the part of the video where we would list Pyjamasques villains who have reach. But the first part of the video was Brian watching a Goofy movie 3 times in one sitting. So that's not gonna happen.
In addition, Owlette receives way more powers from the transformation, the first being her owl vision. As said before, this may be part of why she can see without her glasses, but this might also not be that. When she activates her super owl eyes, she can see things from a greater distance, as well as targeting plot critical elements and coloring them differently to help the audience understand what's happening. That's really convenient for eyes to do that.
In the Season 3 episode PJ Party Crasher, where Owlette throws a slumber party but doesn't invite one of the girls, that girl gets angry and sends all of her friends to the moon. In this episode, Owlette uses her owl wing windrong, flapping her wings instead of just hovering in place and shoots wind.
She can also shoot her feathers off of her wings as either projectiles, a la Silver Bolt from Beast Wars, or to form a feather shield, a la Lord Shin from Kung Fu Panda 2. Except not really. Shin used his feathers as a combat technique. But when Owlette used her feathers, it was to contain an enemy, as a way to peacefully stop a conflict. Oh my god. Conflict. Use that one.
Also, I should note that Owlette is able to pick up her fellow superheroes Gecko and Catboy in midair, and although struggling a little, she's able to carry them to safety. A quick Google search for how much does a 6-year-old boy weigh results in 44 pounds, as well as a sense of dread knowing that that's always going to be a part of my Google search history now. Regardless, Owlette is able to lift and hold 88 pounds while flying. Some more research into the average amount of weight someone can lift is yielding interesting results.
According to this chart, an untrained woman with a body weight of 97 pounds can lift 134 pounds, which is 138% of her body weight. At 105 pounds, an untrained woman can lift 143 pounds, 136% of her own body weight. Assuming Owlette is also 44 pounds like her male counterparts, her ability to lift both of them shows an ability to lift 200% of her body weight, which would be the equivalent of a 100-pound woman lifting 200 pounds. That's actually pretty strong!
Alright, let's do stats. We'll of course be using the conventional Care Bear stat system. Caring. There's an episode where Owlette is swapped out with an evil opposite counterpart named Dark Owl, who doesn't care about anyone but herself. Because that's the opposite of Owlette, this implies Owlette cares a great deal for everyone. 10.
Belly badge. So like 8? Going into this, I thought she didn't have a belly badge, but the owl symbol on her chest seems to glow when she uses her abilities, like her owl wing wind or her feather shields, which is definitely congruous to how belly badges work.
Speed. With her owl glider, she can fly through the air what appears to be anywhere between 50 and 60 miles per hour, which is pretty good for a 6-year-old. Let's say 7.
Strength. 8. Like she can lift twice her body weight, but a Care Bear can lift 200 times their body weight. Don't get me wrong, it's impressive, but 8 is a good number.
Jump. 10. Being the only flying member of the PJMasques, her jump stat is going to be the highest of all of them.
Heroism. 10. As a superhero, her heroism is pretty heroic.
Alright. Those are pretty high stats, actually.
Oh, Smart wants to do this paragraph.
He could. That would probably be faster.
And I have to do one thing real quick in the background. You won't even know it's happening. Here, something's happening. Tidepool Orchestra sucks toast. Okay.
Anyway, on a fun note, we recently hit 1.02k subscribers, so that's pretty cool. If you guys have any other requests for videos, make sure to let us know in the comments. Don't make it a Five Nights at Freddy's video. And don't forget, we have a Discord server. No, shut up. Shut up, Brian.
The Five Nights at Freddy's videos are so good, and I love them.
Yeah, they get 70 views. Ooh, so good.
It's actually at 93 now.
Which one?
Both of them.
Oh. Yeah. And don't forget, we have a Discord server and a Twitter. Make sure to like and subscribe. Turn on that bell notification, pick up a child, put him in a tree. Whatever happens, happens. And the police can arrest you if they can't find you.
I don't like what I came into.
I'm going to go watch a Goofy movie again. It's the best movie.